I just felt like it was going to be very important for me to come on and just talk about my story and my why. Going into a network marketing multi-level situation is something that I always pushed back against and didn't want anything to do with. And I was one of those people that would roll my eyes, just being like, I would never, I don't want to do this company where I have to hassle friends and family. And I just didn't want to be that person. But Sisel has been different, and it's given me so many reasons to just run with this company, to run with our products. And I just feel like it's really important to share my story and my why. There's never going to be a right or wrong why. We all are going to be inspired, and we're all going to be pushed for different reasons, whether it's financial, whether it's to help people in their health, whether it's just our own personal journey with the products. There's always going to be a different reason, and you need to find what yours is, and you need to hold it and grab it and just run with it, because that's what's going to propel you forward in this industry, and that's what's going to ultimately make you successful. So for my story, about 6 years ago, my daughter Olive is 11 right now. So about 6 years ago, she was admitted to the hospital. She was having trouble breathing at home, and it was her first time ever having trouble breathing, so I didn't have any equipment or anything for her. She had a fever. She was not able to get deep breaths in, and she was saying, she was pretty little, she was saying that it hurt when she breathed. So I took her to the ER, and she had contracted pneumonia, and she had pneumonia in both lungs, and she did not respond at all to any of the treatments or medications they gave her. So we ended up being admitted to the hospital for about a week. At that time, my son, at that time she was about 5, and my son was 3. And he's always been a mama's boy. So that was really hard to not only have my 5-year-old, with oxygen tubes and IVs, and just to see her so sick. And it was also hard to have him. He couldn't stay overnight with me in the hospital, and it was just traumatic to send off my little 3-year-old who was crying and didn't understand why he couldn't stay with me. That was so hard. And the next 6 years of our lives have revolved around the months that she has the hardest time with. It's always been certain months out of the year. And I learned very quickly prior to those months coming around, I would literally every year before these months, I would pack hospital bags in the car. I would pack craft bags for the hospital and clothes and underwear. And I would pack the car in preparation, knowing what was about to come and knowing that our lives would pause. And sure enough, I was always very well prepared. She continued this struggle, and some months were worse, some months were better. She had a few times where we were admitted just for a day or two, and then other times we were admitted for much longer. I think the recent years that she was sick, she had even her lungs collapsing on different sides. So it was crazy. She'd be home and I'd be taking care of her, and then I would notice her breathing only on one side of her body, compensating, and the other side would sink in. It's like, oh my gosh. But we've spent so much time researching different medications and, listening to the doctors, but also battling the doctors, because no one knows my kid better than me. So I oftentimes would have to argue with the doctors and argue with specialists and just explain to them, this is not working. This isn't how it should be. She's not responding to this. There's gotta be a different way. This is not how it's supposed to be. This child who's healthy all the time should not continually be this ill during these times of the year. But eventually we just I don't know, just gave in to the system, and we just accepted accepted what it was. Her and I always made the best of it, and I was always really proud of her. She was always so brave and understanding and very trusting. She very much trusted my judgment of, okay, we need to go now, and she knew that would mean a week or two in the hospital. She knew that would mean a disruption of life. She knew that meant so many, difficulties and like the IVs and struggles, but she always really trusted me to know how to take care of her the best at home. And then there's a point that I just couldn't. And we have pretty fond memories of the hospital, as odd as it may sound. It was really precious to have life just stop and to have my quality of time just right by her bedside, and her and I, our conversations we would have and the games we would play, and watching her be so gracious to all the nurses and always telling them thank you. It was a really growing time of life for her in an unfortunate circumstance. During that time, being a single mom, it was always it's always hard because I never have once wavered from the fact that I was meant to be a mom. There's some women who, choose different things in life, which is totally fine. I was meant to be a mom. I had someone ask me once, like, well, what else? Like, what more do you want out of life? And I'm like, no, like, you don't understand. Like, I love being a mom. I love being home and making them breakfast and lunch and dinner. I love the days that suck. I love the days that are amazing. Like, that's just what I was meant to be. So finding a way to support us financially without compromising my job as their mom was always hard. And I would explain to them, I work jobs that suck, that I don't like, only because it gives me the flexibility of working all these weird hours. I was working different jobs that I was working early in the morning while they're in school, late at night after they're in bed. That way they never noticed a void. They never noticed me not being there. And I could be at every sporting event, every school event. I could chaperone most things, but it was draining me. It was draining me mentally and emotionally. My health was never a thing that was taken care of. And it was just slowly killing me, keeping up this schedule and this routine of the constant hustle to support us. But it was also worth it because I never want to miss that moment with them. Fast forward until, a few months ago, I was introduced to this company, to Sisel, and being a network marketing company, I did initially was like, ooh, I'm good. But just hearing the stories, and we do a morning call each morning. There's a morning call at 8:00 in the morning, and hearing the stories and the testimonials and hearing people talk and share just started pulling at my heartstrings. Not to mention the sense of community. I've never experienced any company ever with such a close-knit group of people who just want to help. It's not a battle. It's not a race to the finish line while you're shoving everybody out of the way. It's a true hand-holding. Let's get there together in the best way possible. And let's share, let's love, let's encourage, let's help people every step of the way. And I've never experienced that to this degree. So there's so many different levels to this company that I love, which wasn't even a question of joining, but it was the community, like feeling included, feeling loved, feeling like these people were so excited to have me from day one was just incredible. The products that we have are out of this world, one of a kind. They are the real deal. Our toxin-free products Olive has not been in the hospital in over a year. She celebrated her first birthday at home last year, just using our Fucoidan and our Terminator. And I have her on some other products now. I have her on Body Shield, and I have her on some different supplements depending on like how she's feeling. But it's true. you know, and a lot of companies will say it's true and then it's not, but our science backs it up and it's true. There's nothing I could trade. There's nothing that I could compete with to have her health back. And not to mention my life, looking forward into the future and like realizing what I can accomplish through this industry for myself without having to kill myself. You know, it's hard work and you got to work at it and you got to make your calls, but it's there. It's there to reach out and grab. And you have so many people surrounding you along the way, and it's just amazing. So I am just the biggest believer in our company from a product standpoint, from a community standpoint, from a business standpoint. Our compensation plan just annihilates every other company's compensation plan that there is. I've done a little bit of research and poked around some different network marketing companies, and we just have the best one. It's just a fact. But yeah, you know, I just wanted to share with you of why I am on the path that I'm on, and why I'm so excited about it, and why no matter how many calls I make, and it's been a little bit hard to, you know, to get the momentum, nothing will stop, you know, and like nothing will stop me moving forward. And I just so badly want everyone that I know to listen and to feel the changes and see the potential, whether you're interested in the products and the toxin-free living, whether you're interested in the business opportunity, whether you're just interested in being connected to a group of people that are sincere and authentic and find so much worth and value in you. There's so many different layers to what you could find here. So that's my story. That's the beginning of it, because I know it's just going to continue to grow, and I'm going to grow. Kids are helping me with the business, so they're able to take some part of the ownership, and we have, you know, our family goals set for different financial points that we hit, which is really fun for them to kind of feel that ownership and take part. But hopefully this can inspire someone just to poke around, and if you have questions, send me an email, go on to our Facebook or our Instagram page. I'll list it below in the comments, and just, yeah, come join us, join the journey. It's gonna be awesome. See you next time.